everyone watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify. It's another episode of NRG Insights. For those that don't know, NRG Insights is a financial services-based podcast speaking to influential people on the market, whether that be from broking, lending, or any subsidiary products. So today I've got David Weir from Hope Capital. Thanks for joining me, Dave.
No problem, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Not bad at all. I don't want to be disparaging of your title, so you can tell. You National Account Manager now, are you?
National Account Manager for Hope, mate. So I look after Scotland, north of England and central London. So it's a big patch. But
obvious geography there, isn't it? In Scotland, central London.
I need to take Scotland. If I'm not taking Scotland, there's something wrong, isn't there, to be honest with you?
Yeah, when they said, who wants Scotland? And you're like, well, I'll be honest with you, I do speak the lingo, I do get it.
Mate, they're the only people who can understand me. So it's, even when I'm speaking...
No, I said to you, for anyone not watching this on YouTube without subtitles, we're going to slow it right down. We're going to do the 0.5 speed.
Mate, I get it all the time, don't worry about that. I get that all the time. But
someone said the other day to me, actually, they said, I listen to podcasts on 2 times speed. He goes, I've got to slow yours down because you talk too fast. He goes, have you ever heard yourself on 2 times speed? I said, I live at 2 times speed. I don't know, like...
Mate, you talk faster than me?
Nah, it's pretty close. Our conversations go pretty quick. We get it done in a minute.
They're faster. But, you know, it's a big patch, mate, but managed very, very well. And, you know, there's not... It's a lot of quality in it rather than speaking to the right people. So it might be a big patch, but I'm speaking to the right people rather than...
Yeah. We'll talk about that, actually, because we've always had that conversation about BDMs, whether it's volume, bang, 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 as much as you can, or actually speaking to the right people. But let's start with, as all our conversations, we've gone off on a tangent already. Tell me about your journey, briefly, in financial services to how you've got to National Account Manager at Hope.
Yeah, so I started in... Probably it was January 2017. I actually worked in construction before, so as you know, I probably filtered between jobs and different careers, from roofer and welding, lead work. There was actually one that I never told you. I used to chap doors and sell roof and wall coatings too, so it was sales. But you know, you can imagine
that's the best learning, though.
100%, and that's what helped me. And honestly, Marcus, I'm not joking when I say this. I remember champing the first door and I was shaking. My leaf. But
so the first time you pick up the phone?
Mate, honestly, 100%. And the thing is, it gives you like a little bit of armour. Once you've done it once, you do it twice, then you do something else. It's easy. It's easier. But done that. Starting from there, 2017, I actually done an apprenticeship with Barclays. I've had enough with construction. There was no end goal for me. I wasn't liking it. So started there at 27, took a massive wage hit. But I was looking kind of forward. And I completed a relationship managing in LIBF, RCBC. Always get mixed up with me. Don't worry about that. But I completed that with Barclays and worked there for 4 years. Between Glasgow and Liverpool, so that gave me like the baseline for customer service. Really, that gave me the baseline. And
banking's a good position to start in. They teach you like the compliance, looking after the customer, how to do things properly, don't they? It's nice.
Honestly, see, when you're there, like anybody will tell you, I can't be bothered with this is honest. But see, when you move into another role, when you've been there and you've learned it, what you take from there is second to none. Bring that.
It's the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, isn't it?
100%. And you don't actually realise how much you've learned, as in speaking to people and knowing how to structure stuff, and it brings it onto different roles. Obviously, you move into like where I am at the moment at Hope. I didn't know anything about bridging, for example, but I had the baseline of customer service, wanting to learn, and the drive to do it. And for me, attitude's a lot better than kind of knowing it, in my opinion.
Yes. But let's talk about that, actually, because you moved up the ranks quite quickly, haven't you? You've moved, I mean, having said that, it was funny when you see people that moved up the ranks quickly, because you also did your time at Barclays, like you've done a bit of hard graft before, and then you had to take a massive wage cut to get where you are now, and obviously now you're rich and smashing it and nailing the business over well, but in a short space of time though, aren't you?
I mean, this hoodie's about £30, mate, trust me, there's no
it's covering up your really expensive necklace underneath, don't it, the diamonds.
But yeah, in a short space of time, yeah, I've kind of went up along as the companies grew. So I started as a BDE, literally on the phone speaking to people, doing terms. But I knew before it that I had the drive to kind of where I was going. So I was doing over and above what I was doing to get where I had to be, where I am.
That's the magic, isn't it? Do the job, act as if you're already doing it.
That's it.
That's how you get a bit further.
And then there was they don't really, not saying you need to interview people, but I was always in mind for the next role and the next role, and that's what I've got it. So started there as a BDE. Within five months, even before my probation, I was promoted to senior BDE, and then from there, BDM, and then from BDM to national account manager. So.
But you've always had that next goal in mind, haven't you? And when we spoke, I've always been impressed by your drive. You want it, you know. I think that's that's important.
Honestly, but 100%. But you need to be in the right company to do that. And
do you know what? I was going to mention that. Obviously, I interviewed Jonathan recently.
Yeah.
And he's very big on that, isn't he? He's big on it because a lot of people aren't. You've got BDs sat after 5 years, desperate to get BDMs, and I think you're a good advocate of that, to say that you can get great BDMs out of good internal people if you just give them the chance.
100%, and what I always say to it, I came with, I had a baseline in customer service and working in a regulated environment, but I came over from that to the unregulated, which blew my mind, honestly. Trying to split what you...
Wild West, isn't it?
Honestly, it's like, you can get that deal done in a week, you'll do that deal, and it's like, right, so we've got to that stage, but I think it's attitude, because I never had the experience. It's all about attitude, and for me, that beats absolutely everything. In that short space of time, you know, Jonathan's backed me too, and the team's been here, but with that, for me to be good, I need a good team behind me too. So I can go out there and say, this is what we do, here's the solutions for you, what we can do, but that becomes irrelevant when the application comes.
You can't do it.
It does. So when I'm getting kind of moved up, you know, the ladder and helping people in that too.
Just leaving all those lot behind you, you know, and getting their names and that.
It's not just because what I'm doing, it's because I'm getting help, and what I'm saying is actually factual when I'm speaking to like bro.
Well, I say that because we're in a similar role in the sense that we're both going out and selling our business. Yeah. And my job's really easy because the people behind me are really good at their job. So I can go out with 100% confidence and go, we'll be able to do this, because I know they can. If it was just me, I'd be like,
that's it.
We'd probably do it.
You're hardly in it. You're out more than me, probably, to be honest with you. You're on the road more than me. But
I know. I'm the original Grafton BDM.
But you're spot on. You're spot on.
Central Station Mill Deal BDM. Proper one.
See, that's bad preparation for me. I've got my little box ready to go with me.
You got it, mate. Look.
There you go.
I'm in the office. I'm chicken and rice. For those that aren't watching on YouTube, that was a bite of chicken and rice.
I noticed that. But you're right. The spot on. You're only as good as your team, and you can have the best BDM in the world. You could have the best underwriter in the world, or whatever. But you need to align and what you're saying, what you're selling. So that comes from the business to the people to the execution.
How do you find that actually? How do you? Because you're relatively new in the game, so it must be like a normal thing. It used to be very much sales and underwriting were against each other. Do you know what I mean? It always was. And how's that changed, or how do you feel like that relationship works now?
I think it's a natural clash. Like, I genuinely believe it's a natural clash. Even when I worked in different companies, it was a natural clash for me to speak with underwriters. But
it's like what someone called it the other day. It's the same between managing directors and sales directors. It's like a positive tension, because you're both want the same thing, right?
I think from a sales point of view, it may look maybe from an underwriter that we're only pushing it to get the sale done. But actually, we, from a sales point of view, like, I work back to front, so I work how do we exit the deal? Not we've got the product, we can do it, rather than how do we exit the deal? So to be fair, we're quite good at having that conversation in here, and that there has been a few debates on it, but they're brilliant. It's good. It's good for the head.
That's what I mean. Like it's the tension is not a bad thing. It means that you're being collective and creative, and you're actually working it through. It's different if it boils over. which used to be a thing. Used to just be two people shouting at each other, yes, no. But I think we're a bit better at it now.
To be fair, I think sometimes that may be needed because it shows you who's really wanting to do a good job for the company. Because it's lending, they've got money, for example. It's lending, but it's lending in the right way. Let's be honest. It's the right deal. Is there going to be deals that you're going to take a punt on? Every business will do it, but when you've got two people,
specialist lending, not every deal,
exactly.
If they were all perfect, they'd be at Barclays, wouldn't they?
100%. It's black and white. You know what it is. This is what we do. So this is why sales and underwriting. Yeah, it's a natural clash for me. It's just about getting the job done. So see if it's a no. Okay, I agree with underwriting. It's a no. It's a quick no for the broker and the borrower. Move on elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's about even if you can't do it right, relay the message back to the person that we can't do it for X, Y, and Z. So the clash is natural, in my opinion. But I think it's always going to be that way. I think it's needed.
Yeah. It's interesting. I thought you were going to say something really nice about being collaboration. You're like, nah, just get on with it.
Get it.
That is true, though, isn't it? It's just two separate parts of the business that are always. But I do think it's important for you to understand what they do and they to understand what you do, because, like you say, if they don't know, or in the past, businesses have been pretty enclosed, haven't they, in their little pigeonholes, and without knowing how important it is to you and how important it is to the broker and how important the client is to them, you just don't really fully appreciate what goes into a deal when you're just sat there going, that doesn't work or that does work.
You don't, and we're quite good at kind of helping out each other's department and stuff like that, and I'm very aware what underwriters do, and I'm very aware what's in the pipeline, because these guys can be running with 30 to 60 to 80, 100, whatever it is, deals at the same time, and I've got a lot of appreciation for that, and I do get it. From our side, we probably might not appreciate it as much, to be honest with you, because we're out and about. Don't get me wrong, I've done satin what the internals do, and obviously I'm on the road. I appreciate a lot of it because I've done each individual.
You've done it,
so I know what it is, but probably it's as I said, natural class. I think it's needed. As I said, I think it's always needed, but you're working for the same goal, aren't you? You're wanting to lend, but how can I say that this is the right deal for us to lend on? And if they say, nah, I'm not sure about that, then I think it's good to have a debate.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to you, or you as a BDM in the BDM world, because we have these conversations off, and we'll make them slightly more PC. But you're a big believer in quality, like just going out and doing the right thing for the right brokers, rather than speaking to every broker and trying to squeeze every deal. But everyone looks at it differently. I mean, talk to me about your values as a BDM. What's important to you?
For me, it's, as I said, I probably said it a little bit earlier, but it's doing the job, doing it right, having the correct service, and what I say is exactly what we do. So for me, speaking to calendar filling, I'm not me personally. Listen, there's people there's people that are more experienced than me and could learn me things like that, but I don't, me personally, I don't fill the calendar for the sake of it, because I know if it's this broker or this business, they don't really do what we do. Right, what's the point? I can go and fill my time with somebody else.
Do you know what's funny about that? I just did a quick ditty. I was in the pub, and the guy, and there was a BDM in there, and he's like, "Oh, 2 Guinnesses." I said, "I'm not drinking." And he goes, "No, they're for me, but you can't buy 1 Guinness and pretend you're in a meeting, because you've got to be buying 2 Guinnesses for your expenses." I was like, "What's the point? Like, it's these madness." But then they are targeted so heavily on going out and seeing 10 people a day or whatever it is.
I think
if you're bringing in the numbers, does it really matter? But I also understand on the other side, if you're a big machine and it works like that, and you've got hundreds of people,
I totally get that.
Then it's difficult.
No, and I back that. You're spot on. I mean, there's a lot probably that are KPI driven and need to be KPI driven to get the numbers, because their bosses are looking down to them and saying, "Why have we not got X, Y, Z out the door?" But I would say I'm lucky where I am. Listen, I've had my bad days in here, Marcus. I've been sitting. BDM can be the best job and the worst job within the same hour. Within the same hour, it can be the best.
Oh, easy,
within the same hour, but
I've had that this week. I've had the greatest and the worst week in recruitment. It's just a natural beast, isn't it? We're in sales. Things work or they don't.
But you need to and I used to be quite erratic. I'd be like, "Oh, do you know what I mean? This and that, blah blah blah." But I would say right as a BDM, kind of where I am with the company and the people I work with, you can always improve. Let's be honest, but I believe my job's quite good because I'm not micromanaged. I can do what I do, but once people give me that trust, I give them back tenfold. So when I'm out as a BDM, that my service, well, this is my opinion. My service is always
slagged off on Google, but I'll tell you what, okay?
Service is massive for me. If you've not got service, you can have the best products in the world. So when I'm out kind of selling the product, the service is the first thing I talk about. What makes you different? Well, the service, in my opinion.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you've got 240 competitors, and you can't go with fast and with good.
Fast is,
show me. You know what I mean? Fast is bullshit. Fast is legal, so it doesn't matter.
Mate, fast, in my opinion, right, if somebody asks me, you know, can you complete in a week? Depends on the deal. And depends on how fast you can get documents back to me and the information that I need.
Yeah, so you complete on a week, and I also want to use my mate's lawyer, who's a professional divorce lawyer. Yeah. I'm not going to send you any docs for a bit. You go, no then.
It's not going to happen. So, but we have got the tools to do that, and we've done it, you know. And you see other lenders out there too, smashing it within a couple of days and everything. But there's no.
Oh, if you don't see a good 1 week bridge on LinkedIn in a week, something's gone wrong, isn't it?
Mate, but I'll tell you what.
It's weird because everyone's moaning about their pipelines.
I'll tell you what they won't see. They won't tell you the deals that are stuck in the pipeline for the last 2 months. You don't see what somebody coming out of that.
I was talking to a broker yesterday, and he was like that. And they're like a new business, nice lads, and they'll go well. But he was like, yeah, we moved into bridging because, you know, it's fast and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you got stuff stuck in legals for 2 weeks, 2 months. And I went, yeah, you got to be in the industry to know that that's the bullshit tagline. You can get stuff done quick, but
you can.
Not every deal flies through.
No, it's not, mate. And the way I think about it is, if it was my money, would I do it? And that's the way I kind of think when I see an inquiry. If it's my money, would I do it? Right? If it's not, if it's one that's punchy, let's refer it, let's have a conversation. But, you know, speed is, we've got the tools.
It's relevant to the case.
Yeah, it's relevant to the case, mate. But yeah, you know, that's exactly what we start.
We're also fast.
Yeah, I don't see it. There's no point in saying it because it should be the norm in bridging. Let's be honest, that is why people use bridging. But you need to go to the right lender for speed. And as you said, there's 240 lenders out there. To say how are you different, it's very, very, very hard. But probably one, you've got a Scottish BDM down in England working, it's working. That's probably the only way I can say I'm different, to be honest with you. But I think for me, service is massive. I've said it from day one. I said it when I actually came over. If you've not got the service, you've got the products. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
and I mean, personality-wise, obviously we get on really well, but people get on. Brokers speak highly of you. I think it's important as well when you've got 240 odd lenders out there. You've got to have the right BDMs, haven't you? You've got to have people that people want to pick up the phone to.
Honestly, I would say, not because I'm doing the role, but I mean, it's got to be one of the hardest jobs there within this. And I'm not saying the hardest jobs on the planet. You know.
Yeah. I mean, miners have got it pretty hard, Dave. Come on, that's going to be the tagline.
Aye.
BDMs harder than underwater welders.
It's not. But I mean, look, the thing is, with you know this better than me, mate. With a BDM, it actually doesn't matter how you feel. You need to show up, you need to be consistent. Because if I'm driving 2.5 hours to a broker and I feel like shit, let's be honest with you, it doesn't matter. Does not matter, because that meeting's going to be impossible before I even go in that door unless I change my attitude before I walk in that door. It's a no-brainer. You need to show up, you need to be consistent. I would say consistency for a BDM is the hardest thing, because you can have a good 3 month, you can have a good 4 month, you can have a good 6 month, but try having, there's guys and ladies in the industry that have probably done it for 10-15 years.
Man, consistency is tough, isn't it?
It's tough, and that's when you
I've literally just come off another podcast, and all we were saying was like, it is the boring stuff that makes us good. It is the consistency and the resilience when it goes to shit. Like, it's the boring. It's not like you want to try and sell this industry like it's a sex industry, and it's amazing. Like, when it goes well, it's incredible. But the ones of us that have been in it a long time is because we do the boring stuff and we do it all the time, and we turn up with good energy.
That's what it's honestly is about good energy and turning up and consistency. There's loads out there. There's good BDMs out there, and you go, you know, you pick a little bit of.
Oh shit.
What's that? I'm the worst.
We're just talking about how good we are. As everyone's going, Who are those?
Mate, nobody understands me. Like, I ask people questions and they say, yeah, we'll do that, and it's like, that's not the answer, mate. That's not.
It's a little bit like, asking something in Thailand, they just nod with a smile on their
They've
face.
nodded it, it's like, that's not an odd answer, it's actually a no. But
that's not an understanding
it's
nod.
not at all. But it's a good icebreaker for me, to be honest with you, because it's it gets, because you're a little bit different. And people are going, oh, it's different down here, and I would say.
How much fun is it when everyone copies your accent? I bet, because I understand Scottish people love it when us Southerners do Scottish accents. I know that's a big joy of yours.
If you're good at it, if you're not good at it, it's. I'm not having it, to be honest with you. But if you're good at it, listen, say it all day. But listen, for me, like, even for me working, I've got a big patch, but said that. But even for me, like breaking into like central London and all that, mate, it's not easy. These guys have got the relation. You know what it's like down there? These guys go and meet the main people in pubs in the next 15-20 minutes and close a deal. I'm coming in there, and I need. And it's like, who am I?
But you got to be honest, still, haven't you? You just. I mean, we talked about this before. Is that person does not know you've had a bad day, or especially in our world, right? They're going to see you for 10 minutes, maybe that month. So you have to give them the best 10 minutes, don't you? You have to give them the best energy. Yep. It's not just about rocking up with some donuts and hoping for the best.
Not for me, mate. Not for you. Don't see me doing that. You don't see me.
I know. You never brought me.
I don't bring. You never see me doing it on like that. I might do it, but I'll not show you.
Yeah. You got the photo.
No.
I'm out again.
No chat. But do you know what? It is hard. You're right, because they see you for that maybe like 10, half an hour. But whenever they've got time, you need to break. In that time, you've got a small time frame to break in and show.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It's not even about your products. It's about you. Or you know what? And then the products actually come second, probably, because they never go, David. What about this deal? And then you look at it and you get it through maybe in 2 days later, and it's like, oh, we can do that. And then if you do a good job on that, it's snowball effect.
You're away.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got the products, and then we could have maybe a discussion about the full product and what we offer. So that's the way.
That's interesting, actually, because I know it's like so fucking cliche. We say all the time about people buying from people, but it's so true. I was with a guy in Mipham, and it didn't even cross my mind before. I was like, I do business for him, and he goes, "We want you to succeed because we like you."
Yeah. He
goes, as hard as it is to like you, you do. We actually do. And he goes, you don't even think about that, do you? Like, people want you personally to succeed. They work, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. If you meet someone, you're like, especially most of us, like celebrate other people's success. Right? That's where we're in something where we help people. That you look and go, I really want to help them. Like, if they make money, I'm happy. If they do something, I'm happy. So I'm helping them with my service, but people also want you to do well.
Honestly, and even with competitors, like other guys in other lending firms, like there's a few pop into my head now where I'd say, I hope you do well, I hope you do well, and I'd imagine it might be really, but it might not be, they might go like that to me, I hope you fall over them. But you can see it, I think when you meet the people, you have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
You'll know better than me. You just know who the person.
Well, funnily enough, I was talking to someone earlier on. He goes, "I'm really lucky to be surrounded by nice people." And I was saying to him, "It's because you're a nice person, though. By the way, I imagine you're a magnet for those people. So people want you to succeed because you want them to succeed. It's just it's a nice environment. We all take the piss out of each other, right? That's part of being.
You need that.
Job's too hard not to.
Yeah.
But everyone wants people to do well.
Yeah, 100%. And the people that don't, I think they get weeded out. I think you can see this industry's a village. Like, it's an absolute village.
Yeah.
You need to be part of it, and you can be part of it. And as I said, it can be the best thing one day, and it can be the worst the next. But I'd say there's more positives than negatives, to be honest with you. And meeting the right people. I think people that could probably come into the industry think maybe, oh, that looks easy, or that. But honest, there's nowhere near.
It's not. It's really. Again, on the train last night, talking to someone, because I talk to everyone because I'm a weirdo. But on the train, and I was saying, like, I've done. It was 9, 10 o'clock at night or something, and I've been out since 6. But I was like, it's not like a proper job. I said, no one on this train coming home now is actually like, we're not. It is fun, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to see people all day, and I've got to talk, and it's the only thing I'm good at, and I do it for a living. Yeah. Like, I'm quite blessed. So as hard as it is, we got to remember, again, we're not digging holes, you know what I mean? We're not in the mines. You're right. We're quite blessed.
You're spot on. I think that the hardest part of the job, it depends though. It depends the hardest.
It's letting people down is that hard bit.
Oh, It's doing it the right way. That's why it needs to be quick, in my opinion. If it's a long-winded thing, you think they're getting there 99.9%, then it drops there. It's like, stuff like that. But for me, the hardest part is it depends what lender I'd imagine it depends who you work for. It depends who you work for. So if you're enjoying the job, I think you can see it in people's faces. You see it on their LinkedIn and that. But you need to be projecting what the company wants through you. So
amen.
And that's what it is. Like you need to be able to project that. If I've got a product or I don't believe in the business, I know for a fact my face is going to be tripping me. And and it will.
I ain't got a good poker face. You know, if I'm pissed
Oh,
off,
mate,
you know what I mean? I can't.
I can't do it, Marcus. I can't, and I struggle with it. And it's like what? And then the thoughts go in my head. Why is it? Because I've had bad days. Listen, I don't mind saying I've had bad days here. I've had bad days in every job, and you're content and you're going like that. But see if I was to sit back, look at it, and go back to what you said, it's not a bad gig. It's not.
Yeah, it's all right.
You meet like good people. You go to nice places, nice venue. People go back to a BDM, and as I said, you'll know this more than anybody. People think you're out and going to the events is all fancy, and that, mate, it is.
Always makes me laugh that when they go every day when you're like, oh, you must eat in nice restaurants. I said, I ate a sausage roll on the tube, mate. I'm not like, what do you think? What do you think I do for a living,
mate? Honestly, it's so hard, but you meet good people, and you never know the opportunities that come in the back of that also. Because these meetings are people within your industry. So, for example, if you don't have any broker meetings that week, you go to an event, you can see 50 brokers.
Yeah.
So like,
I love an event. That's 6 months worth of networking.
I try and avoid inviting you to any of them, to be honest.
No, I keep popping up. What are you doing here?
Yeah, mate. It's a not bad gig, and consistency is massive for it. Like you need to have a right good head for it because it's not easy.
Yeah, I know. And they are long-winded. It's really difficult to judge like the ROI of just being decent and being everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like you see the success long term, but it's some days you're just hitting the streets. You know what I mean? You're rolling over. You got to keep grafting. Haven't you?
You do. I think when the weekend comes, if you've had a bad week, it massively helps. You know, you have the weekend, or sometimes you just need to go a walk away, and just turn your phone off and say, I can't listen. Do you know what I mean? And you need to recharge. There's ways people do it. You know, for a fact. But as the job.
What do you do? How do you get away from work? How do you get your head out of work? Because I find it really hard.
I struggle, Marcus. I struggle, but it's not because I don't want to do it. Like actually, I do. It's sound like a weirdo here, but I do want to do it. But there was probably a point where I was working. Like it probably wasn't healthy, and I genuinely did have to sit back because it was probably about this time of the year. Every year it was happening where I was burning the candle at both ends, and it's like. Yeah, I'm no use to anybody when I'm like this. So this is where you put the trust, because I was bad for handing it off. So if I've got a deal in and I think I'm the only one that can deal with this, or I think being the word here, I think I'm the only one. I'm keeping it. But I knew I was taking that work home, and I was happy to do it, and I was working all hours and getting up. But that's why you've got a team. So this is where you go like that. I need to put a bit of trust in them. And this is probably the early stages, to be fair, as a BDM, because I came as a BDE, so I knew how it all.
Yeah. So in your head, you're like, every day you've got to do it.
Yeah. So that was probably the part that I struggled with, but I've sat back, give us a little bit more time now, and listen, we're flying at the moment, and we are. We're doing very well.
Yeah, I spoke to a few guys. Keep trying to nick them. I'm joking, but I spoke to a few guys, and it's just you're in a nice patch at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, honestly, it's. And as I said, I've had my bad days here, and everybody has. It's just normal to have that. But as I said, I believe if BDM wise, if anybody could kind of write their job as a BDM, what they'd want to do, I think it'd be my job. I mean, and I do mean that, and I always say that. I mean, I'm not micromanaged. I'm trusted to get on with it. I've got a big say in deals. So you actually feel like a proper part of it, even though.
Well, that's the magic, isn't it? You're not stuck in that pigeonhole of. I liken it, and I say this all the time. There's a couple of podcasts gone out recently. I need to add this to BDMs. I have been cut. Like it's been cut. Like I have been disparaging to them, and I haven't. If you listen to the whole thing I said,
don't believe it.
Exactly, but it looks bad because I make a joke and it's been cut anyway. So just to clarify, there are two sorts of BDMs. Well, no, there's lots, but it's from the spectrum. It's like the door knocker, donut dropper. Just make sure you hit enough things, and then you come to your cradle to grave technical ability. But everyone's got to be pushing to get that end.
100%.
Because to be trusted, it's great doing this, and everyone does need a door knocker, by the way. Everyone needs their name to be out there. So if you're a small business,
Yep.
you're going a couple of years, and you've got money to get out the door and no one to do it, you probably don't need this guy. You probably do need your donut. I know that's a donut, but you know what I mean? Like the door knockers,
No,
you do need that.
You do.
But as BDMs, you've got to be looking to move up that ladder, haven't you? Knowledge, like relationship management and that kind of thing. So you're technically gifted, and you've got to do everything.
You need to do it because, like, for one, like you need to know your product. You need to know your numbers. You need to be a certain type of character. You need to be relatable, and you need to be likeable. You need people to want to come back to you because you know you like. My patch is big, so as I said, when I'm hitting quality brokers that I know do big.
Yeah. You're not going to London, Scotland every day.
No chance.
You've got to be nailing it.
But when you're in there, you said it earlier on, within that time frame, you need to nail it, and you need to nail it well. Listen, it might take a year, and there is some accounts that I've took a year without a shadow of a doubt. But once it starts coming in, you see the fruits of your labour. There is nothing better. Like for me, Marcus, I couldn't. For a this obviously, I've only worked at Hope in bridging finance at Hope, so obviously different. As you said, there's 240 lenders, different policies, procedures, and people that manage it. I couldn't see myself sitting in an absolute corporate environment, shall we say?
Yeah.
Like this is a bit of me, and then when you get the trust to go out and do it, I believe I'll give you it back tenfold. Now that's just my thought process, and that's what I'm allowed to do. But I know it's different for other people, and it's different.
Yeah. And like you say, it works for every business. It works really well, but it's a cultural thing with you guys as well, because Jonathan's a bit like that anyway, and that tears down, through Kim and you guys, and the way that the team works there. So it's obviously working well.
Yes, it's doing.
Last question.
Yeah,
go on. I was going to say last question, Dave. If someone is looking to become a BDM, like you were when you were looking before, like you knew you had to level up, what's the main characteristics, I'll speed that up on the actual, after the edit, I'll make that sound like it's a normal word. What sort of characteristics do they need, or kind of what skills or experience should they be looking at kind of driving towards?
I would say kind of get a baseline for what you are. Honestly, like this might sound pure cheesy, by the way, but I wouldn't go looking at other people and what they do. That's what I would not go looking at other people. I'd say a baseline what I want. This is what I'm doing, because you've been employed for a reason. So the company, you've been employed. The company obviously like you, so enhance on that, work on that. And then I think and I go back to it, you need to be consistent. So if you say you're going to do something, if you want to be a BDM, for example, show that you want to do it within the role you're in at the moment. So if this is a step or two steps before it, shows now kind of the characteristics that you can see, like maybe use me an example, or Sam, what we do, feed that into your role at the moment. And then I don't think you can go wrong, because if you've been employed, everybody likes you. Can I see you on the road? We'll be able to tell you that. We could say that. You know who could go on the road within coming up. So it's more down to your attitude. If you want to do it, it shows that you can do it before that role comes up. The role comes up, you're going to be the first in the head. It's going to be you. But I wouldn't be trying to be somebody else that maybe you see on LinkedIn and go, that looks good, because it's
because it's inauthentic, isn't it? And then you get caught out in a minute.
Yeah, honestly, I'd just say just be yourself. You've been employed for a reason, right? Can you take the next step, right? Okay, let's see what you can do, and then it filters in. Let's go on the road then. Do a presentation for that broker, and then just feed it in. But just don't try and be somebody else, because there's no point in being a conveyor belt or a cardboard cutout that's just the same nonsense every time. But what for me, that doesn't work for me. It might work for other people, but that's what I would say.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. If anyone wants to get hold of you, obviously all your socials will be on our socials. But if anyone wants to speak to you about, becoming a BDM or Hope, or obviously brokers want to talk to you about your products, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Mate, they can phone me, to be fair. They can phone me.
Don't put your phone number on here, mate. We've got some weirdos on Spotify.
It's on the website anyway.
I'll put your socials on it. Some people go read it out. I go, no, this is going online.
Best way is you can look at the socials, you can look at LinkedIn, you can see all my contact details on that. Or you can just go on the website and get the details from there. Easy to find, mate, not hiding.
Good. Thank you for your time, mate. Thank you for everyone watching and listening today. It's been another episode of NRG Insights, but thank you, Dave. I really appreciate your time, mate.
No problem, mate. Have a good day.
Lovely to see you.
See you later on, mate.